Sana. Just want to address an awakened state of mind and what the implications of that might look like on a practical, biological, psychological level, as well as in implications of a spiritual nature as well. To examine some of this. There's an idea of expanded neurological behavior, ways of maybe talking to yourself and seeing things on maybe quantum type of levels, waveform, images. Be aware of that possibility, perhaps. And then being able to think that way and still have a practical life that you live. You still have to take care of things, drive your car, and all of those little things you do to have a life interfere with the basic neuron basis of how all the biochemical nature of this body works. And it throws little signals off, puts priorities off, cars coming, changes the adrenaline, changes all of that biochemical nature of this thing, makes it hard to meditate. So that's why going to a cave and getting that center back, Vipassana type retreat would be really beneficial. Find the place where you can actually find homeostasis, balance within your own body-mind relationship. In other words, you quiet things down. You come to an agreement with your body. You heal it in a sense, or allow itself to be healed. You become an energetic being and you start to populate. And I call it recolonizing my body. Start paying attention to my body. Start paying attention to how everything is all tied together. And the neurological basis is all tied together. And one little slight imperfection in something throws a signal off, hair wires the whole thing. How subtle this is, you want to have a strong immune system, right? The George Carlin immune system, right? Of the Hudson River. But you also want to be sensitive. You want to be able to not have to be on constant offense, right? So there's that basis between all of this, of living in a himsa type of relationship too. Do as little harm as possible. That would be a goal in a sense, externally and internally as well. So finding the philosophical, psychological manifestation of this, this is our incarnations, this projection of myself, brought up through all the genetic and conditioned mind space. This is what it ends up with in its relationship to the infinite universe at this point in time. And that's the thing you have to make a cognitive statement to yourself, to ourselves about, is this point in time right now. Make a connection. And I'm telling myself, I'm always talking to myself this way too, make a connection. What's real? What's real to you? What's real to everything? What is real in this? And then I try to get, okay, well, what isn't real? And I can approach it from that direction too. Neti, right? Not this, not that. And after a while you go, well, what's left? Well, it has to be, we're swimming in the reality of consciousness itself, right? How it's manifesting itself through the cosmos, the infinite star systems, whatever. We have chosen, as part of that consciousness of that infinite being, to present ourselves here in this moment, or at least in relationship to it, one way or another. So these are personality constructs. They are, mutable. The neuroplasticity of it all is still viable if you take the time to work with it, no matter what your age is here, you can still work with this to some degree, Okay, well, I'll continue on this. I'm trying to find pathways in my own, when I get into a Turiya state, when I get into a state of just feeling really floating meditation, just the two hemispheres are balanced, I can actually place myself between the two, pituitary pineal. I can actually feel that connection and actually put my mind into that idea of that, so I can focus my attention there. And then I float back and observe that, how that whole affects my body chemistry, how I can relax and I can allow the idea of neurotransmitters being released. I can almost do that. I can say, well, why not? Treat yourself to that. How about some endorphins? How about some just general feeling good? You know, then I notice that I have to bring it to my entire body. I have to share that bounty of that type of awareness consciousness with every cell in my body to make it real. And then that homeostasis, I call it, that balance takes over. And from that point, my body is at peace with itself. And it allows my mind to kind of explore now neurological pathways into this intricate biochemical nature of the mind itself, and how even words are, even going beyond, we're watching the words being processed out here and observing that happening. So that's what I'm talking about, that state of consciousness, and I think it's doable. You just have to train yourself with an expanded field, and it has to be set in the biological, psychological matrix that you and I are. Okay? So now.